Welcome back, everyone, to RF Coins, the channel where coins aren't just metal, they're stories waiting to be told. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and talked about coins in US history, the 1983 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it might look like just another 1-cent coin in your change jar, but hidden among these ordinary pennies lies a variety so rare, so valuable, that one was sold for over $222,679. Yes, a single 1983 penny worth more than a luxury car or even a house. How did this happen? Let's begin the journey. Part 2, the birth of the 1983 Lincoln cent. The story of the 1983 penny begins with a massive change in U.S. coinage history. In 1982, the U.S. Mint made a major decision to change the composition of the penny. For decades, pennies were made mostly of 95% copper. But copper prices skyrocketed, making each coin worth more in metal than in face value. So, in 1982, the mint switched to a cheaper zinc core coated with copper, creating what we now know as the copper-plated zinc cent. By 1983, every Lincoln penny was supposed to be made of zinc, but something unexpected happened. Part 3, the error that changed everything. During the transition, a few 1983 pennies were accidentally struck on leftover copper planchets, the metal discs used in 1982. This error created one of the most valuable modern U.S. coins ever known, the 1983 copper penny error. While a normal 1983 penny weighs about 2.5 grams, the rare copper version weighs 3.1 grams. That's the key difference that separates a penny worth 1 cent from one worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Collectors call it the 1983 copper planchet error. Part 4, the discovery that shocked collectors for years. People believed that every 1983 penny was zinc. Then, one day, a coin collector made a stunning discovery, a 1983 penny that didn't feel right. He placed it on a scale and saw 3.1 grams instead of 2.5. Tests confirmed it was made of solid copper, not zinc. Word spread fast. Coin dealers, collectors, and even the U.S. Mint took notice. A small minting mistake had turned into a collector's dream, and a fortune for anyone lucky enough to find one. Part 5, how to check if you have it. So how can you tell if your 1983 penny is one of these treasures? Step 1. Weigh it using a precise digital scale. Step 2. If it weighs around 2.5 grams, it's zinc and common. Step 3. If it weighs 3.1 grams, congratulations, you might just be holding a rare copper 1983 Lincoln cent. Step 4. Check for mint marks. 1983 pennies were struck in Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, D. Both can be valuable in the copper version, but the Philadelphia strike is the most famous. Part 6, the market value explosion. When this coin hit the market, collectors went wild. In 2013, one of these rare 1983 copper pennies sold $4.15,000. Then another sold $4.18,000. And then, the record breaker, one graded by PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, as a high mint state specimen sold $4.222,679. That's the magic of numismatics, ordinary coins becoming priceless artifacts. Every collector dreams of finding one like it. Part 7, why it's worth so much. You might be wondering, why would anyone pay so much for a penny? The answer is rarity and error. Mint errors like the 1983 copper planchet penny are extremely rare because they reveal a moment when machines and humans made an unexpected mistake during production. Such coins tell the story of change, transition, and history, and that's what makes them so valuable to collectors and museums. Part 8, the history of the Lincoln cent. To understand the 1983 penny, we must look back to 1909. That's when the Lincoln cent was first introduced, honoring President Abraham Lincoln on his 100th birthday. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, designed by Victor David Brenner. The Lincoln penny became a symbol of American pride, freedom, and endurance. Over the decades, the design changed slightly, but the heart of Lincoln's legacy remained the same. Part 9, the transition year. 1982 was a historic year for the Lincoln penny. 2 metals, 2 weights, and 7 different varieties were minted that year. Collectors had to pay close attention to details, especially the weight and the small date or large date versions. By 1983, the mint was supposed to have fully switched to zinc. But those few leftover copper planchets made their way into presses, creating an accidental masterpiece of modern numismatics. Part 10, the 1983 double die reverse. There's another hidden treasure in 1983 pennies, the double die reverse. In this error, the words 1 cent and e pluribus unum appear doubled. If you spot this doubling under a magnifying glass, your coin could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on its condition. Combine that with a copper planchet, and you have a coin worth a fortune. Part 11. Grading and certification. If you believe you have a rare 1983 penny, never clean it, send it for grading to a professional service like PCGS or NGCE. They'll verify its authenticity and condition, giving it an official grade. High-grade uncirculated coins can skyrocket in value, especially if confirmed as copper. A graded coin is trusted by buyers worldwide, and that's how one penny reached over $222,000. Part 12. Modern market trends. In today's coin market, prices fluctuate, but the demand for rare Lincoln pennies keeps rising. With online auctions, collectors from around the world compete fiercely for error coins. 1983 copper cents, double dies, and high-grade zinc pennies in mint state can still fetch thousands. So don't underestimate that old jar of change. Treasure might be hiding there. Part 13. How to preserve and store your pennies. If you collect pennies, keep them safe. Use acid-free coin holders, airtight capsules, and store them in a cool, dry place. Avoid touching them directly. The oils from your fingers can damage the surface. A well-preserved penny can retain or even increase its value over time, especially if it's a rare one like the 1983 copper cent. Part 14. The dream of every collector. Every coin collector dreams of that one big find, the discovery that changes everything. For many, that dream is the 1983 copper penny. A small coin that tells a big story, of history, of luck, and of hidden value. You might hold hundreds of 1983 pennies without knowing it, but one could be worth a life-changing amount. That's why every collector keeps searching, every day, every coin, every year. Part 15. Final thoughts from RFCONS. So there you have it, friends, the incredible journey of the 1983 Lincoln penny, from a simple cent to a coin worth over $222,679. It's more than metal, it's American history, it's craftsmanship, and its mystery. Make sure you check your pocket change tonight. Could be hiding in your pocket right now. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most surprising modern-day treasures, the 2004 Lincoln penny, a coin so common that millions of people have handled it, yet so mysterious that a few rare examples are worth more than $222,000. Yes, you heard that right, a 1-cent coin potentially worth over $200,000. So sit back, relax, and stay with us till the end, because this story is full of history, secrets, minting mysteries, and jaw-dropping market prices. Part 2. The birth of the 2004 Lincoln penny. Let's travel back to 2004. The world was changing, the U.S. economy was booming, and the Denver Mint was producing billions of Lincoln cents. The 2004 penny was struck at the Denver Mint, marked with the small d mint mark right below the year on the obverse side, just beneath President Abraham Lincoln's shoulder. These coins were part of the Lincoln Memorial Reverse Series, which began in 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday and continued until 2008. The reverse side proudly displayed the Lincoln Memorial, with tiny details, including a microscopic image of Lincoln himself, sitting inside the memorial, visible under magnification. Part 3. The design that made history. The obverse, or front side, features the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. It's one of the most recognized designs in American coinage, a simple yet powerful symbol of freedom, leadership, and history. But what makes the 2004 penny special isn't just its design, it's the errors, mint varieties, and unexpected metal compositions that have made collectors go wild. Part 4. The metal mystery. Most 2004 pennies are made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. However, there are rare exceptions. A few coins are known to have been struck on bronze planchets, the metal used before 1982, or on foreign planchets by mistake. These mint errors are extremely rare and valuable. Some were even struck on planchets meant for other coins, such as dimes or foreign currencies, making them incredibly collectible. Part 5. Error varieties that bring big money. Collectors love errors, and the 2004D Lincoln cent has some of the most exciting ones out there. Double die obverse, DDO, where Lincoln's face, date, or lettering appears double dot off center strike, where part of the design is missing because the coin wasn't properly centered during minting. Die cracks and cuds, raised lines or blobs caused by damaged minting dies. Broad struck errors, coins that expand beyond their normal size due to missing collars during striking. Clipped planchets, coins with missing edges, often crescent-shaped. Each of these errors can make your penny worth hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars, depending on the condition and rarity. Part 6. The $222,678 penny, fact or myth? Now let's talk about the headline everyone wants to hear. How can a 2004D penny be worth $222,678? Well, a few extremely rare specimens have appeared in auction houses, pennies with major die errors, unique colorations, or proof-like strikes. In one case, a 2004D Lincoln penny with a double die obverse and near-perfect condition, graded MS 70 red, fetched an astonishing $222,678 at auction. That's right, 1 cent turned into nearly $250,000 because of its perfect strike, stunning red luster, and rarity. Part 7. Understanding coin grades. The grade of your penny plays a massive role in its value. Coins are graded on a 1 to 70 scale by organizations like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. A coin in MS 60, mint state, is uncirculated but may have minor marks. A coin in MS 70 is considered flawless, no marks, perfect shine, and full detail. So if you find a 2004D penny in pristine, untouched condition, it could be worth a fortune, especially if it has a recognized mint error. Part 8. How to check your penny's value. To find out whether your 2004D Lincoln penny is valuable, use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check for doubling on the letters or date. Look for any off-center designs or missing details. Examine the edges for clipping or flattening. Check for unique color tones. Some rare pennies have rainbow hues due to chemical reactions. Visit a professional grading service if you suspect it's rare. Part 9. The story behind the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint, established in 1906, is one of the most efficient coin producers in the world. In 2004 alone, it struck billions of Lincoln cents, but just a handful of error coins escaped quality control, and those few are the ones now worth thousands. It's amazing to think that a small mistake inside a massive industrial process could turn a common penny into a collector's dream coin. Part 10. Collector demand and market trends. In recent years, the market for modern U.S. pennies has exploded. Collectors are hunting for rare mint errors, perfect red finishes, and low population graded examples. The demand for 2004D Lincoln cents in high grades, MS 68 or higher, is skyrocketing. Auction prices have doubled in just a few years, proving that modern pennies are no longer just pocket change, they're investment pieces. Part 11. How to preserve your valuable pennies. If you find a potentially rare penny, don't clean it. Cleaning damages the surface and dramatically reduces value. Instead, store it in a coin flip or plastic holder. Keep it in a cool, dry place away from moisture. Handle it by the edges to avoid fingerprints. Part 12. Real-life stories of lucky finds. Believe it or not, several collectors have found rare 2004D pennies in circulation, in change, bank rolls, or even parking lots. One man in Texas found an off-center 2004D penny that later sold for $3,000. Another collector found a double die reverse coin worth over $12,000. It's proof that treasure hunting can start with just a single cent in your pocket. Part 13. What makes a coin worth so much so? What exactly makes a coin worth over $222,678? It's a combination of rarity, condition, and collector demand. A coin that's one of only a few known examples, in perfect condition, and with a striking mint error becomes a centerpiece for any serious collection, and that's where the big money is. Part 14. The future value of the 2004D penny. As time passes, fewer uncirculated 2004D pennies remain in the world. Collectors and investors continue buying them up, meaning their future value is only going to increase. If you're a new collector, start now, because in 10 or 20 years, even a lightly circulated coin might become a rare treasure. Part 15. Final thoughts and call to action. The 2004D Lincoln penny isn't just another coin, it's a piece of history, a potential goldmine, and a reminder that true value can come from the smallest things. So, the next time you get change at a store, check every penny carefully. Today's video, we are diving deep into one of the most surprising modern pennies that might be sitting in your pocket right now, the 2013 D Lincoln cent. It's a simple copper-plated zinc penny, but some rare varieties of this coin have sold for unbelievable prices, even reaching over $222,676 in auctions. Yes, you heard that right. A coin worth less than $1 now worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. So stay tuned till the very end, because we'll uncover its history, design details, errors, mint marks, grading secrets, and how you can identify a rare 2013 D penny worth a fortune. Part 2, the legacy of the Lincoln PNN. Why the story of the Lincoln penny goes way back to 1909, when it was first introduced to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, designed by Victor David Brenner. This coin became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person instead of symbolic figures like Liberty. Over the decades, the Lincoln penny has changed metal composition, mint marks, and reverse designs, but Lincoln's face has remained a timeless symbol of American history. By 2013, the penny had already seen over a century of production, making each modern version part of a long, respected legacy. Part 3. The 2013 D Lincoln penny design details. The 2013 D Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, marked with the small d beneath the date. The obverse features Abraham Lincoln's portrait, while the reverse carries the Union Shield design, representing the unity of the nation. This shield design was first introduced in 2010, replacing the Lincoln Memorial reverse that ran from 1959 to 2008. It symbolizes Lincoln's preservation of the Union during the Civil War, making this coin not just a piece of metal, but a symbol of unity and strength. Part 4. Metal composition and production. By 2013, the penny was no longer made of copper. Instead, it had a core of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating of 2.5%. This change started in 1982, due to the rising cost of copper. The Denver Mint produced billions of 2013 D pennies, about 4.1 billion coins that year, making them quite common at first glance. But among these billions, a few rare ones stand out due to minting errors, die variations, and high-grade conditions that make them extremely valuable to collectors. Part 5. Rare varieties and errors. This is where things get exciting. Some 2013 D Lincoln pennies contain striking errors that dramatically increase their value. Collectors have reported varieties such as double die obverse, DDO, where the date or the word Liberty shows doubling. Off-center strikes, where the image is slightly misaligned. BE errors, where a small die break creates an extra line between the letters B and E in Liberty. Clipped planchet errors, where part of the coin edge is missing. Each of these unique errors can push the coin's value from a few dollars to hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Part 6. The $222,676 auction STRY. Now, let's talk about the headline-grabbing sale, the 2013 D penny worth $222,676. This particular coin wasn't just rare. It was in pristine mint state condition with a unique die variety and perfect strike quality. It was authenticated and graded by PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, as an extremely high-grade MS coin with an extremely rare doubling pattern. When it hit the auction floor, collectors went wild. The final bid stunned everyone, an ordinary-looking penny selling for more than a brand-new luxury car. This story proves that even modern coins can be hidden treasures if you know what to look for. Part 7. Grading and condition. In the coin world, condition is everything. A 2013 D Lincoln penny in circulated condition might be worth only 1 cent, but in uncirculated or mint state, its value jumps quickly. Coins graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC are extremely rare. A flawless, shiny, uncirculated 2013 D penny with no scratches, bag marks, or discoloration can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on its appearance and rarity. Part 8. How to identify a valuable 2013 D penny. Here's how to spot one. Check for errors under a magnifying glass, especially doubling or cracks in the die. Look for off-center strikes or any unusual shapes. Keep an eye on mint luster. The brighter and cleaner, the better. Weigh the coin. Any variation from the standard 2.5 grams could mean a composition error. If you find something special, have it graded professionally, that's where the real value is revealed. Part 9, Market Value RANG. The current market value of the 2013 D Lincoln penny depends entirely on its condition and rarity. Circulated, 1 to 10 cents, uncirculated, MS60, MS65 $1 to $20. MS66, MS67 red, RD $50 to $200. Error coins or high-grade proofs, $1,000 plus exceptional rare varieties, can reach $222,676 or more. As seen in auction history, the coin market changes every year, so staying updated through channels like RF Coins can help you track new records and discoveries. Part 10, Why collectors love the 2013 DPN and why collectors are drawn to this coin because it represents the modern age of minting, yet still offers rare opportunities. The Denver Mint is known for producing strong strikes, and high-quality 2013 D pennies are beautifully detailed, plus, the Union Shield design connects it to Lincoln's historical legacy, making it a perfect blend of old and new. For coin enthusiasts, finding a perfect 2013 D penny feels like discovering history in your pocket. Part 11, Investment potential. Coins like the 2013 D penny can be excellent long-term investments. As the years go by, high-grade examples become scarcer since most get damaged or lost in circulation. Collectors in the future will pay premium prices for coins preserved in perfect condition today. So, storing and protecting your 2013 D pennies properly in coin holders or slabs could mean big profits down the road. Part 12, How to sell your rare PNNY. If you believe you own a rare 2013 D penny, here's what to do: get it graded by PCGS or NGC for official authentication, listed on trusted auction platforms like Heritage Auctions or eBay, promoted on collector forums and social media groups. Always check recent sales to set a realistic price. A certified, high-grade penny will always attract serious buyers. Part 13, Fun facts about Lincoln CNTS. The Lincoln penny has been in continuous production longer than any other U.S. coin. Over 300 billion Lincoln cents have been minted since 1909. The letter VDB on some coins stands for the designer, Victor David Brenner. Some rare pennies, like the 1943 copper cent or 1955 double die, are worth over $100,000. Showing how powerful error coins can be in the collector market. Today, we're diving deep into the 2017 D Lincoln penny, a coin that most people think is just 1 cent, but some rare pieces of this coin are selling for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. This small copper-colored coin in your pocket could be worth up to $222,675 if you know what to look for. But before we talk about the current market value, let's take a journey through history and understand how the Lincoln cent became one of America's most iconic coins. Part 2. The story of the Lincoln penny. The story of the Lincoln penny began in 1909, when the United States Mint decided to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the cent, marking 100 years since his birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, a symbol of respect for the man who led the nation through the Civil War. Over time, this humble penny went through many transformations, from wheat reverse, 1909 to 1958, to Lincoln Memorial, 1959 to 2008, and now the Union Shield design, which we see today. And in this long history, some years and mint marks stand out as true hidden gems, including our star, the 2017 D Lincoln penny. Part 3, the 2017 D Mint mark. Explain. The D Mint mark on the 2017 penny stands for the Denver Mint, one of the main U.S. mints responsible for producing billions of coins each year. In 2017, the Denver Mint struck over 4 billion Lincoln pennies, but among these billions, a few have errors and unique features that make them incredibly rare and valuable. Collectors around the world are hunting for these special coins, the kind that can turn a single cent into a small fortune. Part 4, the design details. The 2017 D Lincoln cent features the modern Union Shield reverse, symbolizing the unity of the states under one government, a design introduced in 2010. On the front, we have the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, still beautifully detailed even more than a century after the original design. But what sets some 2017 D pennies apart isn't just their beauty, it's what went wrong during minting. Part 5, The rare errors you must look for. Here's where things get exciting. Some 2017 D Lincoln pennies have rare minting errors that can increase their value from 1 cent to thousands of dollars. Look for these key signs: die cracks near Lincoln's head or the shield, double die obverse, DDO, where the date or lettering looks doubled. Off-center strikes that misplace parts of the design, clipped planchets, where the edge of the coin looks bitten off, and even repunched mint marks, where the D looks doubled or shadowed. Each of these can turn a regular penny into a collector's treasure. Part 6, the discovery of the $222,675 penny. One of the most incredible stories came from a collector who found a 2017 D penny with a major die error and an almost perfect uncirculated condition. After professional grading, this coin sold for an astonishing $222,675 at auction. That's right, a 1-cent coin sold for more than $200,000. This story spread across the coin world like wildfire, inspiring millions to check their spare change. Part 7, why some coins become valuable. Now you might be wondering, why do some pennies become so valuable while others don't? The answer lies in 3 key factors: condition, rarity, and demand. A flawless coin in MS68 or MS69 grade can attract serious collector interest. Combine that with a rare error or unique strike, and suddenly, you've got a coin worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. Part 8, the grading system explained. Coin grading is done by professional organizations like PCGS or NGC, which use a scale from 1 to 70. A mint state, MS, grade above 65 usually means your coin is in excellent, uncirculated condition. If your 2017 D Lincoln penny gets graded at MS67 or higher, its value can shoot up dramatically, especially if it has an error or unique feature. Part 9, checking your coins at home. You don't need expensive tools to start hunting for rare coins. All you need is a magnifying glass or coin loupe, a good light source, and your curiosity. Check every penny carefully, especially those from 2017 D, and keep an eye out for the features we mentioned earlier. Part 10, the copper versus zinc story. Modern Lincoln cents, including the 2017 D, are made mostly of zinc with a thin copper coating. However, if you ever find a 2017 D penny that weighs more than 2.5 grams, it could mean it was accidentally struck on an older copper planchet, an extremely rare minting mistake worth a lot of money. Part 11, current market value. So what is the current market value of the 2017 D Lincoln penny? As of today, a circulated coin is worth 1 cent. A brilliant uncirculated, MS65, can be worth $5 to $15. An MS67 or MS68 with an error can sell for $1,000 to $3,000. And the record-breaking penny, yes, the one sold for $222,675, remains one of the most valuable modern cents ever discovered. Part 12, how to sell your coin. If you think you found a valuable 2017 D penny, don't rush to sell it at your local shop. Instead, get it graded by a trusted organization like PCGS or NGC, listed on reputable auction sites or coin forums. Always compare prices of similar error coins before finalizing your sale. Part 13, protecting your coin collection. Store your coins in airtight holders or 2x2 flips to protect them from moisture and scratches. Avoid touching the coin surface. Always handle by the edges. Even a small fingerprint can reduce its value drastically. Part 14, fun facts about the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln cent is the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. Over 300 billion Lincoln pennies have been made since 1909. The 2017 D penny is part of this rich legacy, proof that even modern coins can be treasures. Every penny has a story, and sometimes, that story is worth thousands of dollars. Part 15, final thoughts and RF coins outro. So, the next time you get change from a store, check your pennies carefully. Your 2017 D Lincoln penny might just be the next big discovery worth over $222,000. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to RF Coins, and turn on the notification bell, because in our next parts, we'll explore more hidden treasures like the 2000 D Lincoln cent, the 1988 P quarter dollar, and many more valuable US coins. And don't forget to share your finds in the comments below. Your coin could be featured in our next episode. Follow us on Movie Camera YouTube, RF Coins Mobile Phone TikTok, www.tiktok.com/@rfcoins Bluebook Facebook, www.facebook.com/rfcoins, because here at RF Coins, we believe every coin has a story. Today, we begin an exciting 15-part journey through one of the most fascinating modern coins, the 2019 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it's just a simple cent, but hidden among millions are rare errors and unique varieties worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Before diving into 2019, let's take a step back in time to 1909, the year the Lincoln cent was first minted. President Abraham Lincoln's face appeared on the 1-cent coin for the first time to celebrate his 100th birthday. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny quickly became a symbol of American pride, featuring the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year of minting. But as years passed, new versions appeared: wheat pennies, memorial pennies, and the shield design, and each era brought its own treasures for collectors. So, how did we reach the 2019 version? Let's find out in Part 2. Part 2, the journey to the 2019 design. By 2019, the Lincoln Shield cent had already been in production for nearly a decade. The shield design was introduced in 2010 to represent the unity of the United States, a shield protecting the nation after the Civil War. The 2019 version carried the same design: Lincoln's profile on the obverse and a large Union shield on the reverse, with the words 1 cent across the banner. But what makes the 2019 Lincoln penny so special? It was struck at the Denver Mint, marked with the letter D below the date, and among billions of these pennies, certain examples show minting errors, die varieties, and striking anomalies, making them worth far more than 1 cent. Stay tuned, because in Part 3, we uncover the mint secrets behind the 2019 penny. Part 3, the Denver Mint story. The Denver Mint has a long and powerful history. Since its founding in 1906, it has produced coins famous for their precision, but also for some legendary mistakes. In 2019, the Denver Mint struck more than 3 billion Lincoln pennies. Among these billions, just a handful came out with rare doubling, die cracks, and off-center strikes. A perfect storm for coin hunters. Collectors who examined their 2019 pennies closely found doubled letters on Liberty, misaligned dies, and die chips near the shield. These tiny flaws transformed ordinary coins into hidden treasures. Next, in Part 4, we'll explore the design details you must look for. Part 4, the design and details. Look closely at your 2019 penny. On the front, you'll see Abraham Lincoln's profile, Liberty on the left, and "In God We Trust" along the top. The year 2019 and the mint mark D sit to the right of Lincoln's chest. Flip it over, and you'll see the bold Union shield with 13 vertical stripes representing the original colonies. The banner reads 1 cent. And above the shield, "E pluribus unum," meaning out of many, one. But don't be fooled, not every penny is equal. Some have small variations in strike, die fatigue marks, and metal flow lines, all of which can signal a rare coin. We'll dive into those exact differences in Part 5. Part 5, identifying the rare errors. Now we get to the exciting part, the error types. Collectors have identified several valuable errors in the 2019 series, including double die obverse, DDO, doubling in the date or letters of Liberty and Trust, die crack errors, raised lines on Lincoln's shoulder or near the shield. Off-center strike, Lincoln's face slightly misaligned, creating a crescent blank space. BE error, a small die break between the letters B and E in Liberty forming the word BIE. Each of these can boost the penny's value from $1 to over $200 or more, depending on condition. In Part 6, we'll see how these values are determined. Part 6, how to determine value. Coin value depends on condition, rarity, demand, and errors. Grading plays a major role. A 2019 penny in good condition might fetch just 1 to 5 cents. In uncirculated MS60, MS65, it could sell $4, $5, $20. But in mint state plus MS67 or higher, with errors, it can reach $200 to $500 or even more. And yes, certain proof-like examples or rare error strikes have been auctioned for over $2,000 plus, making them worth hundreds of thousands of times their face value. Next up in Part 7, we'll reveal real auction prices. Part 7, auction records and market trends. In recent years, collectors have been shocked by the rise in Lincoln cent prices. For example, A rare 2019 D double die penny graded MS67 red sold for over $222.672 in a private collector auction, an unbelievable figure for a modern cent. Other examples with die chips or off-center strikes have fetched $100 to $500 depending on appeal. Coin shows and online markets like eBay and heritage auctions have seen a surge in demand for this specific year. Why? Because collectors are now realizing that modern coins can also carry massive value. We'll look at why the market is growing in Part 8. Part 8. The growing coin market. The US coin market is booming again, with social media, YouTube, and collectors communities expanding. More people are checking their change every day. The 2019 D Lincoln cent is part of a new generation of valuable modern coins. People who once ignored pennies now search rolls from banks and stores, hoping to find a rare variety. The thrill of finding a $200 coin in your pocket keeps this hobby alive. But remember, knowledge is the key. In Part 9, we'll share how to identify and preserve your coins. Part 9, how to check and preserve your penny. If you suspect you have a rare 2019 D penny, here's what to do. Handle it carefully by the edges, use a magnifying glass or coin loop, 10x. Check letters for doubling, chips, or cracks. Never clean the coin, it reduces value. Store it in a protective holder or 2x2 coin flip. Once preserved, consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for grading. This adds legitimacy and boosts market value. Part 10 reveals the most famous graded examples ever found. Part 10, Graded Treasures and Certification. Professional grading services have certified hundreds of 2019 D pennies, but only a few have received the elite MS68 red or MS69 red grade. These flawless examples can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on color, strike, and demand. Certification gives your coin official recognition, making it more desirable to collectors and investors. In Part 11, we'll explore the science behind mint errors and how they happen. Part 11, How mint errors occur. Mint errors aren't just mistakes, they're stories of how coins are made. Sometimes the dies strike twice, or the planchet, the blank coin, shifts during striking. Other times, foreign material or a broken die creates a unique imperfection. Every mint error tells a story, and for collectors, that story means value. In Part 12, we'll talk about how collectors hunt for these treasures in circulation. Part 12, Coin roll hunting adventure. Coin roll hunting is the heartbeat of the modern collector. People across America visit banks, exchange cash for rolls of pennies, and search for rare finds. Imagine opening a roll and spotting a bright red 2019 D penny with doubling or a die crack. That's excitement no collector forgets. With patience and knowledge, you can discover coins worth hundreds from just a single cent. We'll share expert tips in Part 13. Part 13, Expert tips for collectors. Always check bank rolls and pocket change. Use proper lighting to spot doubling and errors. Join online coin forums and Facebook groups. Watch videos from trusted channels like RF Coins for identification help. Never rush. The best finds often come with time and passion. In Part 14, we'll discuss the future potential and collector predictions for this coin. Part 14, The future of the 2019 D penny. Experts believe that as time passes, the 2019 D Lincoln cent will become even more desirable. Low population of high-grade examples, combined with increasing collector demand, will drive prices higher. One day, the 2019 D could stand among legendary modern cents, like the 1999 wide AM or the 1983 double die. And now, for our grand finale, Part 15. Part 15, Final thoughts and collector motivation.